In the wake of the recent wave of campus protests, a group of Ohio State University students decided to occupy an area outside the office of the president. They had a list of demands. They vowed to remain in the occupied zone as long as it took to have their demands met. 100 protesters. They included a contingent from the OSU Coalition for Black Lives. But it wasn't strictly a racial protest. Among the list of demands were calls for the university to divest financial holdings in Hewlett-Packard and Caterpillar because of their supposed involvement in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. They demanded the university purchase more organic and locally grown food. Well, by dinner time, only 24 hardcore protesters remained. They stayed until after midnight, chanting, singing, complaining their protests weren't being listened to. Then the senior vice president of administration came out and told them it was time to leave. One student demanded to know what would happen if they didn't, and they got an answer. If they were still in the building at 5 in the morning, the cops would physically pick them up, put their little tushies in a paddy wagon, and arrest them. And they would be expelled from school. And the protest was over. All it took was an adult response to remind the kids they're still kids. Remarkable how it works. Can you imagine if the Republicans had tried this with Obama a couple of times in the last 7 years? Oh, think of the difference it could have been.